Chalo. Now we are going to discuss which essay 560. Again, an important essay for your May attempt. Why? Because they have not tested it. What is essay 560? Subsequent events. It is your AS 4 events occurring after the balance sheet period. You would have learned something called as adjusting event, non-adjusting event. If the event which has occurred after the balance sheet period, but the conditions were present on the date of balance sheet, then it is considered to be an adjusting event. Adjusting event. And before that I'll tell what is that period. But if that event is completely new, which has come after the date of balance sheet only, no conditions were present as on the date of balance sheet, it is called as unadjusting event, non-adjusting event. What is that subsequent event period? From the date of FS, that means 31st March, till the date of auditor's report. Correct or not? In that period, we call it as subsequent event. But not just one, we are going to talk about 3 subsequent events in this particular essay. 3 subsequent events from the date of FS till the date of auditor's report, one subsequent event. From the date of auditor's report till the date the financial statements are issued till that date. Third is post financial statements are issued. These 3 periods are written over here. Events occurring between date of balance sheet and date of auditor's report. Next, we don't write the word events, we write the word facts. Always make sure to write the word facts. That means information. Facts which become known to the auditor after the date of auditor's
Your
report.
voice is breaking.
Start हो गया. Completely breaking up. Completely breaking.
Yeah,
Because Wi-Fi has
yeah,
changed.
yeah, completely.
क्या करे? हॉटस्पॉट मेरा तो नहीं होगा. किसी के पास है हॉटस्पॉट? Hotspot, just a minute. मेरे पास भी limited है. Just a minute. Continuing, I told you there are 3 subsequent events. First is the event which is occurring between the date of balance sheet and date of auditor's report. The other 2 are facts. What is the second one? Facts which auditors come to know between the date of auditor's report and till the date the financial statements are issued. Issued not to whom? Issued to the users. And third one, facts which have become known to the auditor after the financial statements are issued. Okay. What is the objective of the auditor in accordance with SA 560? Common sense. Whatever subsequent events have happened, please obtain SAI regarding those subsequent events to check whether any adjustment is required or at least any disclosure is required. And after obtaining evidence, please respond appropriately. Please respond appropriately to the facts. Which facts? Which auditors become to known to the auditor after the date of auditor's report. Till financial statements, I mean after the financial statements are issued, till that time, those facts, if they have been known to the auditor at the date of auditor's report, it would have forced him to amend his report. He has to consider those facts also. Again, I'm repeating, what is the other 2 subsequent events? The facts wala. Fact, you tell me, once the auditor's report is signed, done and dusted, no? Correct or not? But we are considering the other 2 subsequent events also. Post auditor's report, that means auditor's report till financial statement issued and post financial statement issued. If that fact which have been known to the auditor after the date of auditor's report, if that fact would have been known to the auditor at the time of auditor's report, it would have caused him to amend his report. Then think and tell me, is it a very small event or a big event? Big event. If that is the case, then SA 560 covers that part also. Because you're going to learn now the first subsequent event, no, first subsequent events, date of FS till the date of auditor's report. There it is the obligation of an auditor to perform audit procedures and to obtain audit evidence. But for the other 2 subsequent events, no, there is no obligation on the auditor to perform any audit procedures. You know why? Because audit report is already signed. But obligation will come when, if that information, if it would have been known to the auditor on the date of auditor's report and it would have been forced him to amend his report, either opinion or some paragraph taken up, in that case, he will have some obligations to be done. Understood kya? Now 1.3 is the first subsequent event, 1.4 is the second subsequent event, 1.5 is the third subsequent event. One by one we are going to do. 1.3, the most easiest one. Take care. What audit procedures you are supposed to perform? First one, obtain an understanding of what procedures management has established to ensure the subsequent events are identified. Think and tell me, are you there in the company? You don't know what events have happened post the balance sheet. Only those people know, because those people have made the financial statements. Correct or not? Those people will be knowing that this date and a provision for doubtful debts, and post balance sheet period it has become insolvent. Then they have to make a bad debts. Correct or not? So first we have to check whether management has got any procedure or any process to identify those subsequent events. Understood? Then what is the second procedure? Inquire the management ki management whether any subsequent events have occurred. If yes, tell those subsequent events to me. I'll perform procedures on them. I'll get SAI for them. Third one, read always the minutes. Read minutes. Which minutes? No, the next financial year, that April, May, June irukilla, that minutes you read. Why? In that financial year, if there is any meeting minutes, they would have discussed about that particular event. Correct or not? Yeah. So read the minutes. And last one, read the entity's latest interim financial statements. Again, interim means the first quarter or whatever, April, May, June of the next financial year. Because continuation on financial statements. So read the next financial year's ka interim financial statements to get some more information about those subsequent events. Meaning of date of financial statement issued. It is a mug question which you are supposed to mark. It is very simple. Line number 1. It is the date on which the financial statements are made available to the third parties. That is called as the date of financial statements are issued. Can the date of financial statement issued can that date be before the date of signing the FS or date of signing the auditor's report? No. Once the FS and auditor's report are signed, only then it can be issued. Correct or not? Yeah. Done. Now 1.4. 1.4 is the second subsequent event. What is the second subsequent event? Between the date of auditor's report and till the date it is issued. That means somewhere or the other, the financial statements and the auditor's report are either with you or max to max it is with the management. Remember, practically and theoretically you're going to learn, once the auditor's report is signed and once you've signed the financial statements, directly you cannot go and issue to the users. First you have to give it to the management. Management will keep an AGM and they will call the users and they will give it to the people. Understood? Kya? So in this second subsequent event, the financial statements and the auditor's report, no, it is either with me only or max to max it is with the management. Because in the last topic, no, in this 1.4, we're going to learn that only. Ki either the audited FS is with the auditor or max to max it is with the management. Understood? Kya? Okay. Now what is the second subsequent event? Facts which becomes known to the auditor after the date of auditor's report, but before the financial statements are issued. That means it is well within the company and the management and the auditor only. No user as well. In that case, first they tell auditor, you don't have any obligation to perform procedures. Taken up. But however, if the fact becomes known to the auditor, had it been known to the auditor at the date of auditor's report, that the day of signing, it may have caused the auditor to amend the auditor's report. That means some big event, some big fact. In that case, mark this 3 points. Auditor shall discuss the matter with the management and TCWG, determine whether the financial statement needs an amendment, and if they are ready to amend the financial statements, inquire how the management is going to address the matter in the financial statements. The management will decide, no, either to give a disclosure or to change the amounts, whatever it is. If you're amending it, please inquire the management ki how you're going to amend it, how you're going to disclose that particular matter, because your auditor's report is based on the FS. If the FS is being amended, then your auditor's report also should get amended. No, so we are concerned about that thing. Now the question says, if the management amends the financial statement, if they amend it, then what is your first job? You have to perform. Come on, yeah, they have amended the FS, they have added something, you have to perform audit procedures and obtain sign on it. Then comes the heart. If you remember the class, I took 20 minutes to explain from B point till here. You remember? No. Focus. Now there are two options. There are two situations. If I tell you, see this point B, how it starts. Unless the circumstances in the succeeding para apply. That means if this para prohibits you, then come to this one. If the para doesn't prohibits you, then go with this para. There are two options. They're telling if the prohibition applies, that means if this paragraph applies, that means there is a condition and a prohibition in it. If that prohibition here applies, then come and do point B. If the condition restriction doesn't apply, then you go with the paragraph only. Explaining it to you. Taken up. In that period, that fact came to your knowledge. Because of that fact, that fact came to your knowledge. Apart from that fact, there were various other facts also which came to your knowledge. Taken up. Now, if the law, regulation, or the financial reporting framework does not prohibit the management from restricting the amendment of the FS to the effects of those subsequent events which is causing the amendment. For example, in that period, 4 facts came, but only one fact was that, big fact, because of that thing you were supposed to amend your FS. So they're telling just that one fact related subsequent event you amended in your FS. Those other 3 facts, no need to make some amendment in the FS. You ignore it. That means, can I tell it is more like a restrictive amendment? That means you are amending your financial statement restricted to that fact only which caused the amendment. I told you, there are 4 facts. One fact was that most important fact, because of that you were going for the modification of your financial statements. The other 3 facts were like jujube facts. Okay, na? So total there are 4 facts. As such, you were supposed to amend the FS with all the 4 facts. But if the law regulation tells no need to amend regarding these 3 points, just you amend regarding this 1 point. So can I tell you are amending the FS, but a restrictive amendment. If law regulation allows that thing, no, then you go with this one. But if the law regulation tells no, this restrictive amendment illa, that entire period you came with 4 facts, no, or 4 facts you have to give the amendment. If that is the case, point B gets applied. Point B gets applied. They're telling then you have to extend the audit procedures till the date of the new audit report. That means till the date you are going to give a new audit report. Till that date, whatever facts have come, no, extend procedures on all the facts and give a new auditor's report. Give a new auditor's report. But if law regulation tells no problem, restrictive amendment you do, then you will perform audit procedures only on that particular fact, not on the other procedures. See, it is written here. The auditor is permitted to restrict his own audit procedures only on those subsequent events to that particular amendment. Understood kya? Understood kya? There are 2 options. One called as restrictive amendment, one called as fully amendment. Restrictive amendment is allowed, but law regulation should not be prohibiting it. Okay, na? If law regulation is not prohibited, amend your FS only to that particular subsequent event. Auditor, you also perform audit procedure only on that subsequent event. But if the law regulation prohibits or restricts, okay, no, not allowed, then in that case you'll have to perform audit procedures on all the facts. You have to give a new auditor's report, etc., etc. Any doubts here? Now, if point number B applies, you go and provide a new auditor's report. But if this particular applies, in that case, you just amend the auditor's report to include an additional date in that report. And that date, you write it somewhere in the report. This new date is restricted only to that particular fact. Not all the facts have been covered. Give a reference to the relevant note in the FS. Or second option is provide a new report that includes a statement in the which paragraph? EOM or OM paragraph. Depends. EOM if it is disclosed in the FS, OM if it is not disclosed. EOM and OM, and always write it that they are restricted solely to the amendment of the FS as described in the relevant note. Other facts I am not considered. Any doubt? Yeah. This one answer gets over here. This is the second question. I told you, no, in this event, subsequent event, either the audited FS and report will be with the auditor or max to max it will be with the management. Now what happened? This particular part is telling, what if that fact became known to you? You told to the management also, okay, sir, this fact is there, it is very important. For this, you'll have to amend the FS. But the management is like, I will not amend the FS. But you know that amendment is very much required. Now, you will get caught. You'll be negligent for it. Taken up. In that case, 2 options are there. Either first option, the report is still with you only. If the report is still with you only, what you will do? You will amend the report. Change your opinion. Taken up, because management is not ready to amend the FS. Then your report is based on the old FS. It is wrong. So change your opinion. But second case, if the report is not with you, it is with the management. In that case, we are going to tell management, please do not issue the auditor's report. If you issue the auditor's report, I will start taking action against you. I'll go to regulatory authorities and I'll complain about you. And I'll take actions to inform the users also. Please don't rely on the auditor's report because it is not correct one. So it is written that only. Where management does not amend the FS, but auditor believes that amendment is required. In that case, if the auditor's report has not been provided to the entity, then the auditor shall modify the opinion. But if the auditor's report has already been provided to the entity, auditor shall inform the management and TCWG and also inform to not to issue the financial statements to third parties before the necessary amendments. If the FS are still issued without necessary amendments, auditor shall take appropriate action to prevent reliance on those kind of report. Any doubts here? Any doubts in this particular event? Now the best part, the third subsequent event. Copy paste of your second subsequent event. If you read the entire thing, it is copy paste. Only one point is added. This point. What is that point? Third subsequent event, the financial statements and the audit report has already been issued. So now you tell the management it is issued. Please take some steps to inform to those users ki don't rely on that FS and auditor's report. You will do it on your own, but first you will tell the management. Management will put some notice. They will send mails to those users. They will put it on their website, etc. But again, same case. If the management does not take those steps, what will you do? You will take actions against the company. You will try to seek, tell users, please don't rely on that FS and auditors report. It is copy paste of your 1.4. That is the second subsequent event. Any doubts in the second subsequent event? If yes, ask. If not, shall I close? Close matlab next we'll go.